Welcome to Review Journal and Sports Betting Spotlight in the NFL Week 16 already. We're here at the Mirage Sportsbook on the Strip with Mirage Sportsbook Director Jeff Stoneback and handicapper and local broadcaster Bernie Fratto. BernieFratto.com. We'll give you 3 picks each in the NFL, including our best bet. Bernie, you want to lead us off with your first 2 plays in the NFL?
Let's shuffle off to Buffalo, where they're a pretty big-sized dog against the New England Patriots this week. Now, is it possible for the Patriots to have a letdown after such an emotional, highly charged win in Pittsburgh last week? Probably not. I don't think that exists in their category, in their vocabulary. However, the Pats are just 6-11 as double-digit home favorites versus divisional opponents. And Tom Brady 0-4 against the spread as a home favorite the week after playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, Buffalo 8-6, fighting for their playoff lives. They've won 3 of their last 4. Their defense has been solid. They've only given up 16 points or less in 3 of those 4 wins. I think you get max effort out of Buffalo. Buffalo hangs this number. Don't think they can win the game, but they'll keep it close. Take Buffalo in the place. And my second play, Seattle +5 against Dallas. Now, the Seahawks are a whopping 13-1 against the spread when coming off consecutive losses. Plus, Jason Garrett, head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, he's 0-6 as a favorite when he faces teams at home that are opponents that have an above 500 record. Again, you face an angry, motivated Seattle Seahawks team that's clinging to the number 8 seed in the NFC. I think Seattle, again, max effort. They make it real hard on Dallas. I think Seattle can win the game outright.
Jeff, being a Seattle native, you would like to see that?
I would like to see that.
Trying to shoot that last game off. Who are your first 2 plays in the NFL?
My 2 plays are actually both totals. The first total is the Browns-Bears under the 38. Cleveland's been averaging over only 13 points their last 5 games, while the Bears have been giving up 14 in their last 3. Chicago themselves have been averaging only 15 points in the last 4 games, and that's even with scoring 33 points at Cincinnati. The Bears, they've gone under in their last 4 games and 6 out of the last 8. And in Chicago, at home, 5 of the 7 games have gone under. So it's a low total of 38, but I think this one's going to go under also. The other total I like is the Rams-Titans total over 48. The Rams, obviously, their offense has been flying high. They've averaged 33 points their last 4 games. 6 of their last 9 games that they've played, they've scored at least 32 points. And the Titans at home have been playing well on offense. They've been averaging 26 points at home on the last 4 games. Overall, the Rams on the road are 6-1 on the over, and the Titans are 4-2 at home on the over. So you got to combine 10-3 those 2 teams, the home and away scenario going over. So I see the Rams-Titans going over to 48.
All right, Bernie, I know you did the Detroit Lions pregame and postgame shows for 10 years, so I hope you don't shudder, but I'm making a play on the Lions here. It's not the teams you used to cover. They're respectable now, and they're playing a Bengals team this week. It looks like they've quit. Marvin Lewis is finally gone. You know, this team has already had some questionable character guys on the Bengals. Lions laying 4.5. They still have an outside shot at the playoffs. The Bengals lost their last 2 games, 34-7 to the Vikings, 33-7 to the Bears team that Detroit just beat 20-10. And you know the Lions still have some firepower, number 7 in the league in scoring, 25 points a game. The Bengals are number 29 in the league. They can barely score less than 17 a game. So I'm going with the Lions to cover the short number in Cincinnati.
I don't blame you. I'm guessing it's more of a fade on Cincinnati, though.
Yeah, pretty much, yes. Just going against, looks like they just packed it in. Also going to go with the Falcons, +5.5 against the Saints. They beat this New Orleans team 20-17 2 weeks ago. Atlanta, amazingly, still has a shot to win the NFC South. I don't expect them to beat the Saints and the Panthers, but I'll grab almost a touchdown here against the New Orleans team. It's 1-4 against the spread the last 5 weeks, and Atlanta has won the last 3 in the series. The underdog, is 7-1 against the spread in the last 8 meetings. Move on to our best bets. Bernie, who's your best bet in the NFL?
Start with an early Christmas present. This is a game played on Christmas Day, and I really, really like this game. Pittsburgh travels to Houston, where the Texans are catching about 9.5. Here we go again. Pittsburgh's got one of those games where they go on the road, they're laying more than 7 points, get in, get out. nobody get hurt, don't cover the spread. They didn't do it in Cleveland, they didn't do it in Indianapolis. And by the way, they get to play this game without their best defensive player, Ryan Shazier, and their best offensive player, Antonio Brown, who's out to the playoffs. So, I don't expect a real motivated Pittsburgh team this week. They know they're going to be the number 2 seed. They'll get to play New England again. The problem is, it'll be in New England. A couple of other things. Pittsburgh 3-7 against the spread as a road favorite on Monday Night Football, and 1-8 as road favorites of 8 more versus sub 500 teams. This game falls into both of those categories. By the way, Jeff, and you probably recall this, and Todd, you as well, back when they were making preseason lines in August, Pittsburgh was a 1-point favorite. You're getting a real bargain here. Take the value, take the points in the Pittsburgh, take the points with the Texans, and fade the Pittsburgh Steelers. Merry Christmas.
All right, Jeff, who's your best bet?
Well, my best bet is something that I rarely do. It's laying double digits here. Kansas City Chiefs, they've seem to got back on track, so I'll lay the 10 with them against the Dolphins. Miami's horrible at home, or on the road, I should say. They're 2-5 against the spread on the road. In their last 4 games, they've just been blown out all 4 games. Chiefs are 5-2 straight against the spread at home. Miami is 2-6 against teams with a winning record. And like I said, the Kansas City offense has been clicking again. They've averaged 29 points the last 3, while Miami, the last 4 games on the road, have given up 36 points. So something I rarely like to do, but I think it'll be the right situation here. I think, like I told Todd last week, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Chiefs come out of the AFC and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. So I like the Chiefs minus the 10 here against the Dolphins.
Can't go wrong going in against Jay Cutler, right? Well, talking about going back to the beginning of the season, if you would have said Week 16, Jacksonville, San Francisco, it's going to be an exciting game to watch. Who would have thought that? But that's true. Blake Bortles and Jimmy Garoppolo, they're both on 3-game win streaks here. And it's the holiday season. I'm going to take the discounted price here on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Just laying 4 against the 49ers. Everyone's jumping on the 49ers. I was too the last few weeks. I really like Jimmy G and think the Niners would be a hot team next year. But Garoppolo's going to face his toughest test here with the Jaguars, who have a chance to clinch their first division title in 18 years. Top defense in the league, Sacksonville they call them. They lead the league in sacks. Top scoring defense. And they also have the offense to go with it now, as Bortles has led them 35 points a game in the 3-game win streak. And they're number 5 scoring offense in football. So grab the discounted price and happy holidays, everybody. That's our spotlight on the NFL.